So tournament standing right now, we have Poor Sheep leading with 2 wins, and then Peasant, and then Bob Rooney with 1, Rahil with 1, and Mr. Cubes with 1, and then Autofield, Fawn Eagle, and 2D back all pick up a win in round 3.
Yep. Conto, Clamachero, Relic, and Ian all still looking for their first win.
I'm surprised Reddit didn't get a win yet because Reddit's a pretty good player, and I guess.
Well, right now we have 3 people with wins. Poor Sheep, currently the leader of the tournament in our group, and then 2 back, and Von Eagle also have a victory. So Poor Sheep didn't know about the X key. Kind of a big deal.
Lots of people don't know X key. It's not a big deal. I mean, we survived playing Offworld without X key for like a year or 2, depending on when you started. So it's not a big deal not knowing the X key.
I disagree. It's a very big advantage to people who know about it, especially when you're targeting your black market effects.
Oh, if you're really good at math, right? Then you can glance at the prices, and then you can somewhat have a feel for what makes money, what doesn't.
Well, that's assuming you can do fast arithmetic in your head on the fly.
Yeah, you kind of do that before the X key, anyways. So with enough practice, it's not that bad.
Some of us have gotten far enough in advanced math that we forgot how to do arithmetic.
I think we should be able to go. I think
yes.
Tara has started.
Go.
I'm an observer. That's good.
I haven't changed any settings. Let me quickly start recording. Hello everybody, welcome to game number 4 of the 3rd Casuals tournament. This is Group B between Clamachero, Poor Sheep, Tudback, and Von Eagle. The latter 3 all have at least 1 win, with Poor Sheep having 2, currently leading the tournament. I'm Philothanic. Joining me today is Hexapus. Hexapus, what do you think about this one?
I noticed nukes again. Seems like this tournament has a lot of nukes. And
there's scientists though,
and
a lot of ice.
And lots
so
of
that ice scientist. Is there any iron in the ice?
No. Well, there's one to the south with some iron and ice. You got
a little
5 ice, a line of 5 ice tiles, and you got geothermal too. That's an interesting scientific find, actually. We have an expensive done.
I don't know if anyone would go. Well, we are going to have Tudback go for it. Poor Sheep.
I like Poor Sheep location.
Found it first
with 2
as an expansive.
And got towers. Very nice.
Yeah, taking advantage of that high iron, high aluminum price and low steel. First HQ2. Von Eagle also went for a scientist. Oh, this is the other little ice spot, a 4 and 3.
Arguably better than 2D back spot, actually, because you get more ice to the left.
Yes, and then last we have Clamachero with an expansive, also at HQ2. Next to Geotherm, had some ice up near the front, but really no other resources nearby. He's going to be shipping a long distance, 0.32 a second.
Aluminum will be a problem in this game for most players because there's one little patch in the middle. But yeah. I guess with Poor Sheep being having 2 god tiles, right? He'll probably keep aluminum down. So you could actually risk it and not take aluminum.
What on earth happened to the colors? Is it just me, or is the color on Mars worse since Jupiter's Forge? Von Eagle, another thing that Dubin pointed out, Von Eagle has easy access to glass with the silicon.
Yeah, that's quite important. So that's why I think Fawn Eagle Spot is nicer than 2D back. But 2D back also have some silicon, which Slant Drilling is doable. But you have to get Slant Drilling.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens. Like you said, Poor Sheep also in a decent spot. Double geotherms above Poor Sheep. Although right now, okay, so the colony has decided to add some chemical and office modules in along with machine shops. So it's looking to try to get itself a little bit more well balanced. Poor Sheep first HQ 3.
Not too surprising with God Tiles and cheap steel. Going for a geothermal. Nice thing about expensive is the half steel price. Usually that doesn't matter that much, except in this case the geothermal and Offworld. That's really where you can see the half steel cost makes a very big difference.
Poor Sheep was next to the upgrade, going for that early. I'm saying not Poor Sheep, Von Eagle, going for the triple food. Definitely on that ice, definitely a good choice. Now moving into double power, double glass. I like what he's doing, or
like
they are
it
doing.
very well. I also like what Fan Eagle is doing too, and all his tiles are split up. Like you can only hit the food or the grass or the steel. You can't hit any of you can't hit all of them together.
That's very important since now scientists do not have that freeze reduction.
Yep. And the good thing about his grass, right? It connects him to the rest of the ice house. Where he can use build more reactors and put over there.
Oh yeah, it's hard to see. This is an example of the colors on Mars not being as good as they used to.
Well,
but yeah, this is an ice tile.
Yeah. So they're all ice tiles.
You really can't tell that.
You can't tell that. It's too bright.
Even holding the Z key.
Yeah, I think the sand is just too bright, so maybe Soren can do something about it.
I'll have to post some screenshots.
We'll make a clip out of it.
Jupiter's Forge. Anyway, back to the game instead of the art. We do have 3 players on HQ3, and then unfortunately Clamachero struggling a little bit. And part of that reason is Clamachero went into double geotherms on HQ2. That is a lot of steel, even with half steel costs.
Yeah, well, the worst thing is that Poor Ship also went into double geo. And I don't like how Poor Ship is going into so much aluminum. What is he doing with so much aluminum?
Well, it is worth $76 a second, but Poor Sheep isn't selling any of it. We do have adrenaline boost going for everybody.
A bit late and a bit too. It's just a bit late to boost power right now, and it's a mistake for Poor Ship not to protect his god tiles. They're like nuke magnets.
Did not realize that this is actually an ice tile.
Hey, Cass, not bad, going well. The tournament started without you. I'm sorry about that.
Von Eagle is definitely, I'd say, in the lead. Only 10k behind Tudback and cash on hand, but 1 HQ ahead. And as we see, that cash advantage Tudback had evaporated.
I also really like Von Eagle's position, like the market that he is in, like his fine, and it's just very well executed. And a bit later,
Von Eagle
he can even move into carbon stuff. So it's really, really good.
And put it either on that solar condenser or the electrolysis reactor, just so someone can't shut this whole chain down in one power surge.
Yeah. So a good in the middle and the choke point would be very nice.
62k cash on hand for Von Eagle. The next highest is Tudback with 20k. If I'm Von Eagle, I'm starting to think about a potential majority buy.
Yeah, I think a majority buy on Poor Ship would be pretty nice. full ship or 2D back. Probably full ship would be easier to buy.
Oh, he
because
did get that goon down just in time.
Von Ego?
So, yes, Von Eagle. So only the 3.
Wow. It's so close that the goon is not even... I can't even see the goon. Of course I can't.
Oh, Tootback can't see the goon.
Maybe it's just a lucky bounce then.
Yeah, maybe the bound. Well, the goon was definitely placed before. You can see that in the chat log.
Yeah.
But instead, Von Eagle is going to go into patents.
That's a very good choice actually, just to
It
keep your
is a good choice. The only problem I have with it is it allows somebody the potential to catch back up.
Yeah. He did have a potential to buy someone out. Like, even now, right? He has 80k, he can buy 4 stock of 2D back, and 2D back can defend himself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think
there's definitely
buying
option.
someone would be the better option. But going for pattern out is not terrible either.
Why is he going for teleportation?
For an ego?
Yes, that makes no sense.
A D9 perhaps? But I would probably go for carbon scrubbing, or
I guess it might be denying because there are who put down these pirates. Von Eagle put down 1 pirate on Tootback's glass, so potentially it is a denial just so he can take Tootback's glass. Unfortunately, pirates do now shoot down input resources,
which is still good. Oxygen is just
change.
Oxygen is just as good as glass, so I don't mind that much.
Right now, I don't mind. I'm just saying in general, I don't like that change.
Actually, I like that change. It makes sense. It
makes pirates worse, which is why I don't like it.
It works either way. I mean, it's easier to remember that whatever goes through, right?
Poor Sheep now is at HQ5 along with Von Eagle. Poor Sheep is also with those claim advantages, the claim advantage of the expansives, now making lots of money, and this is what I was talking about, not going for that early aggression gives another player the ability to catch back up, and Poor Sheep has done that.
Yep. The Pressure Dome is doing pretty well, 273.
How much do you pay for this circuit overload with power at 3?
I will. Well, it's a good popper, right? I probably pay for 10,000. I won't use it now, but I will use it like later. I think the game will go into Offworld.
Tootback really needs to get out of these solar condensers. I mean, solar panels. They are literally worthless.
But you know, if you delete them, and then what are you gonna do?
Power is not gonna come back anytime soon. You got 4 geotherms on the map, and 2 of them are adjacent to each other.
Yeah. Oh, I guess
and then
go into pattern lab in one of them, and
2 wind turbines from Von Eagle also could be taken out. Von Eagle
is planning to take them out. He's connecting the. He got teleportation.
Got teleportation.
So all the teleportation did was save him the carbon scrubbing and deny
superconductor is a absolute mistake.
Yeah, power is not coming back down. It's not even power currently, so
you can, make the case for teleportation simply because it denies it to other players, but you cannot convince me that superconductor was a good patent pickup. That's just a straight up waste of money. Nanotech, carbon scrubbing, all better.
Carbon scrubbing would be very nice design. Like, if you get carbon scrubbing, then you can nuke out the carbon and you have the carbon market yourself. We're all at HQ5?
Yeah, we all are at HQ5. We haven't talked about Clamachero too much, simply because they've been lacking behind, but they've done a good job at catching back up. Clamachero, with the cash that they have defended and this cash on stock defended, cash on hand, is vying for third place right now.
Yep, but Poor Ship and Fawn Eagle are still way ahead.
Poor Sheep is losing a lot of money to food in sea debt. The only person in sea debt. Who has these pleasure domes?
Poor Ship and Kamachero.
Yeah, those are doing good work. $201 each.
Yep, if you get a virtual reality, then it's a $300 pressure dome.
Well, we do have 3 patent labs out on the map. Tudeback is going for thinking machines. Should be able to pick that up unless somebody targets it. We haven't looked at launches. 32k profit for oxygen. The only issue is not a lot of oxygen being sold.
But I think
would cost.
As the game goes on with so many optimization and scientists and expensive, oxygen price will go down.
Yeah, it should. So and it is 610 is the Offworld price. So that should become a better launch as we're going on. So that might be what Tudeback is considering. Tudeback also with a hacker array. Now researching financial instruments. Poor Sheep is researching carbon scrubbing. And Von Eagle has gone out of their patent lab after picking up nano. Nope, they got beat to nanotech.
I think it's a mistake for getting out of the patent lab. There's still good patent coming out, like virtual reality, financial instrument.
Now Von Eagle is still slightly ahead of Poor Sheep and Tudeback simply because of their debt. A versus C rating. Comachero, the first to get an Offworld. It is defended by a goon.
I think
it only costs Comachero 88, a little bit less than 88k to put up.
It's a very good choice. He's behind, you have to take some risk. You just go for something that no one else has, and in this case, it's Offworld.
Von Eagle getting aggressive into Tudeback. Good choice now. Would have loved to see it earlier.
Yep, Von Eagle is making the right choice in buying someone using his cash instead of being an Offworld or anything else. Just buy someone before he can come back.
Yeah, Von Eagle needs an additional. Well, it won't. Just a little bit under 300k to make the buy. Only needs another 200k to get there. Still making pretty decent money with everything. Power's gotten back up more than I think either you or I would have anticipated. But not really making any money from that. That's just keeping him in his good debt position. But everything else on his base, pretty good money. Poor Sheep is going to make life a little bit interesting by buying back into Von Eagle.
I think that's the right choice because you can't let Von Eagle just run away with the game.
Right, so this is where Von Eagle could panic and switch, which I think would be a mistake. I think Von Eagle needs to continue with his present course and just finish the buy on Tudeback.
I think either way makes sense. You can either stay in Tudeback, and since Poor Ship didn't defend himself, right? So even if you switch, right, it's not that much of a big deal. Maybe Agro would be a little better choice if you switch, because since Poor Ship have the stocks in you. Either way, it won't be too bad.
Well, Tudeback might be changing things as Tudeback just paid off a ton of debt.
Well, I
Von
think
Eagle's going
now would be a good time
Offworld.
to switch. Now would be a good time to switch target. Because Tudeback pay off his debt, you can't finish him.
Well, he's back in C again. So he didn't pay off that much debt. Still 109k. Where's Von Eagle's Offworld? There it is. It's defended. Launches. It's 45k profit for Oxygen. Cost 87k. Probably a little bit less for Von Eagle to put up. Good choice.
Yeah, still they crashed the steel market pretty nicely.
Yeah.
The power surge hurts quite a bit. The cam, look at the cam. $456 per cam. The carbon scrubbing working out very nicely for him. For Poor Sheep. And I think after the interest tech, 2D back, Fallen Eagle would be wise to change target.
Probably. Von Eagle's doing some good
Actually, he should be
optimization.
like selling it right now because the stock price on 2D back will only drop. Sell the stock right now to get as much money. Oh, he instead of doubling down. Because after you buy 2D back, you can't you won't have enough cash to buy poor sheep.
Yeah, well, you just have to hope that poor sheep doesn't have such a cash advantage. Now, what he would need to be worried about is very quietly, Clamachero over here fully defended themselves, 324k cash on hand going into a second Offworld.
Yep.
He's been boosting out this Offworld over here, and nobody's been checking it or interested. Everyone's too interested.
Yep.
Too busy in this stock game. Von Eagle has 100% of 2 back, needs to take that buy if he's going to do it.
Yep, and he should, like, since it's so much deep into it, so he really should buy it now to finish the buy, get subsidiary in, and try to get poor ship and hit poor ship as high as possible.
He's waiting for this Offworld market to finish up the launch. Unfortunately, he's doing some optimizations, which are quite expensive. So we just have another case of a player, multiple optimizations, another case of a player not realizing they have a buy. Let's see. Clamachero needs another 300k to buy out Von Eagle. Clamachero might beat Von Eagle to the buy on 2 back. That would make life interesting.
That would be very interesting. It would be.
But Von Eagle realizes and takes the buy. Von Eagle doesn't have. Von Eagle doesn't have to worry about poor sheep. I don't think. It's Clamachero that Von Eagle has to worry about.
Yep, and Clamachero could actually like make the game very interesting by buying Fallen Eagle. Then it would be a fair game between the poor sheep and Clamachero, depending on the optimization situation. Okay.
Well, right now it costs about the same for Clamachero to buy out both poor sheep and Von Eagle. So that would be an interesting decision, because if you take out poor sheep, you get all that stock in Von Eagle.
Yeah, but and then it's a tough decision.
You also get a really good sub, versus if you buy out Von Eagle, you're splitting everything with poor sheep, but it looks like Von Eagle's going to force Clamachero's hand.
Yep. Seems like Clamachero has no choice but to buy Fallen Eagle now.
Poor sheep helping Von Eagle.
This is interesting. This is very interesting.
And now Clamachero is buying into poor sheep. Von Eagle's going into his second Offworld, so we'll catch up in that regard with both poor sheep and Clamachero very soon. Neither of poor sheep's Offworlds are defended. Dynamites, well, I guess power surges are decently priced, but dynamites are a little bit expensive. Clamachero's Offworlds are also undefended, so Von Eagle does have a slight advantage with the only defended Offworlds, but it's not too much, simply because dynamites and power surges are... dynamites are on the expensive side, power surges are getting there.
Yeah. Maybe you can see no one is using auction tile to get more tiles. That would be an interesting play for Fallen Eagle. Like
right now, somebody should buy this 30k power surge, I think.
Yeah, that would definitely pay itself.
Sitting here with its, especially Von Eagle, since Von Eagle knows that theirs are defended.
Yeah.
Like Clamachero had a dynamite stocked up. That's a good choice, blowing up poor sheep's Offworld.
Successful Offworld shipment. Make room for the profits.
Von Eagle needs another 250k to get out Clamachero. Clamachero needs very close to getting the buy on poor sheep, only needs another 70k. And poor sheep is still 200k away from getting the buy on Von Eagle.
seems like Kamacharo will have to gain. I mean, I will have to buy on full ship.
Yep.
And, oh, the D-Deck pick. Oh, that gonna hurt.
Our methods continue to
Right. So now Von Eagle has a slight advantage over Clamanchero in three ways. Cash on hand. His sub is doing better. And Von Eagle's offworlds are defended, and Clamanchero's offworlds are both undefended.
Ah, this is a pretty nice boost. You boost your farm, you boost your wind power, and you boost your offworld.
Yep. So it looks like this is Von Eagle's game to win. Clamanchero definitely made a very good showing of it here at the end.
Yeah, it's good job catching up at the end.
Fortunately, he decided to
late.
buy into Poor Sheep instead of Von Eagle, which is what I would have done.
been successful.
He would have bought into Von Eagle. He might have been able to buy Von Eagle, but then Poor Sheep would be the one with lots of money, so it's a little bit too close to call what exactly would happen on that counterfactual.
If he bought Fallen Eagle instead, Poor Ship would have won, I think, because Poor Ship has more optimization, and since they're both expensive, everything else being equal, Poor Ship has more cash on hand, more patterns, more optimizations, so it will turn out into Poor Ship favor if he bought Fallen Eagle.
Unless Clamanchero could make the game go long, because at that point Clamanchero would have 2 fully owned subsidiaries instead of just one.
Will be difficult to make the game any longer. Like because they all have a lot of cash on hand. Perhaps what he needed was a hacker array to surplus the things that he's not making. Perhaps. Like I don't think there's a market that he can hack into, but he can definitely surplus things that he's not making.
There's no obvious thing that Clamanchero should have done better in the late game. Like there's nothing blatantly obvious. There's just small little things that maybe would have shifted things in his favor, and maybe they wouldn't.
Yeah, but I think overall, Fallen Eagle played a very solid game. His final location is pretty nice. I mean, with water, silicon, and iron, you can't find a better scientific spot than this. And I think he found it third or fourth. I think third. I think. So he even got it pretty late. So it just pretty well.
Yeah, well played by Von Eagle. The only area where I would have criticism for Von Eagle is he did have that ability to make that early buy.
Yeah.
Which would have put him in the driver's seat the entire game instead of going in for those patents. And then also Superconductor, I guess, paid off in the long run.
Yeah, well,
but at the time,
sometimes I will get Superconductor as a backup. Like eventually power will bounce back up, so I won't need it now, but I might need it later.
So getting into Superconductor wasn't the mistake per se. It was ignoring the better patents that were there. So nanotech, carbon scrubbing.
Something like carbon scrubbing would actually put him in a much better place because it would deny everyone else from the carbon market, and you have access to carbon market yourself. Electronic will make so much more money, and the game will be a lot more easier. And he scrapped his talent that way too, right? Like after teleportation, and he should have grabbed carbon scrubbing and then financial instrument and then grab superconductor and nanotech. But yeah, just grabbing 2 patterns and then leave, not the 2 most beneficial patterns to you either. So that's kind of questionable.
Right, and we're being hard on Von Eagle simply because when you're playing in the casuals tournament, you can get away with these mistakes, but once you graduate to like the regulars tournament that anybody can get into, these small mistakes add up to probably a loss against someone like Blues or Polina or
Mhm.
whatever.
I should also point out poor sheep. He should spread his space a bit more. Like at the end of the
Mhm.
game, right? He got power surge in the southeast wing of his base a lot, and that shut down a lot of his production. So maybe you should give up. No, you have to ship some water. You're inexpensive in short distance. It doesn't hurt that much.
No.
So maybe it's better off to split up the base a bit more, and that way you're more resistant to black market attack.
Mm-hmm. Studback picked the worst of the two science founds.
Well, to be honest, right, it's really hard to spot the ice.
Yeah, it is this ice, this lighting, especially with the solar flare.
I don't blame him, right? Because it's hard to find these, the ice scientists, but they're
Right.
not that obvious. Like,
I'm gonna take a print screen of this and I'm gonna post this on the Store and Fix It channel because it's definitely not as good in the color as it used to be before Jupiter's Forge. They tinkered with the color setting on Mars and they should have left it alone. Anyway, Clemenchero did quite well, I'd say, for the founding location that they had, because it was definitely between Tubac and Clemenchero. I'm not sure which one had the worst founding location, but it was definitely one of the two.
I think 2D
So,
back has a slightly better finding location than Kamacharo, because 2D back is more centralized to everything, and he has silicon and carbon and aluminum assets, whereas Kamacharo, all he has is iron and some ice.
right, and Clemenchero did two things very well in this game. Building that early off-worlds definitely allowed him to get back into the game.
Mhm.
And then also some very decent optimizations going on here.
Yeah.
Might have stayed in the steel too long. I'm not sure if the steel was actually ever rotated out of, or if it just stayed here the entire game. I know that triangle was their original triangle, but I don't know about the remaining 5.
Yeah, I didn't keep tab on him that much, so I don't know either. But I think poor ship was in too much steel at one point, and he was leaving out the life support market for the scientists, which really gave Fawn Eagle the edge, because Fawn,
Well,
yeah,
that's where Poor Sheep Law got into their debt problems. If we go and look at the auto purchased 144k food, purchased 145k food manually. That's a lot of food debt on the auto purchase side. So that's pretty much all of most of their debt right there.
yeah. So I think early on, right, he like making steel is fine, but at some point you have to rotate out steel so that you can avoid some debt problem, make some life support, and make some money. Steel is good, but it won't help you upgrade. It won't help you earn money much, especially after the steel markets have crashed. And with scientists always make too much steel.
Yeah, so. Poor Sheep did do a good job picking up the correct patents. But if they would have kept their debt down by going to life support and, like you said, challenging the scientists in that market, not blobbing up so much, making it easy to power surge them, they would have probably been a lot more competitive. And that's not to say they weren't competitive. Poor Sheep definitely was competitive this game, but might have been sitting in the victor's seat with a few tweaks.
Yeah, it's just small mistakes,
Yeah, that's the problem with Offworld. Like small mistakes will definitely in your micro definitely kill you in StarCraft, and Offworld making the small mistakes of not producing the right stuff, or not setting up your base correctly, or not noticing you have a majority buy is just as bad as making a micro mistake in StarCraft that gets all your army destroyed.
Yeah. But at least it's not because you've clicked the wrong button, it's like you didn't make the deliberate choice. Which makes better. It makes you feel better.
All right, let's go on. We have to wait and see. Well, maybe we don't have to wait. Maybe we went the longest because everyone else's lobbies are kind of full.
I think because we talked too much at the end.
Talk too much at the end. Yeah, everything's already been seated.
Okay.
We have 4 players who all have. Well, this is a very easy
Gonna
seating. 4
put
players.
a brick here.